Hey, Somji here, and you're in for a treat today. We're going to talk about getting coaching clients with outreach. I'm going to share with you what most people do wrong when it comes to outreach, how to do things right so that you'll know exactly how to get clients with outreach while avoiding the wrong things and only doing the right things that will lead to clients. But first, we have to begin with inbound versus outreach. So what is each and why would you want to do each one? Well, inbound, let's start with that. That is where clients are coming inbound to you, or even leads are coming inbound to you. Essentially, you're putting out some kind of marketing in the hopes that people come to you, and when they do, that is inbound, whether it's leads, whether it's clients. It could be an inbound lead, someone joining your email list, getting into a group. It could be an inbound client coming to work with you. So there's different levels, but essentially anyone coming to you is inbound. Outreach, on the other hand, is you contacting people. That could be cold outreach. That could be warm outreach. That could be outreach to generate a lead. It could be outreach to generate a client. But those are the two sides of the coin. You've got the inbound and the outreach. So let me ask you, which one would you prefer? Would you prefer to go and, I guess for lack of a better term, chase clients, or clients chasing you? I'm sure if you're a human being, you'd probably say you'd rather have clients chase you and come into you. I'm sure we all would. But life doesn't always work that way. It's not just about what you want. It's about what your business is set up for. So if your business is set up and you have enough marketing assets, then people will come to you. But if you don't, then you might have to do some outreach. So think about an established brand, or even let's think about a restaurant. If a restaurant has been around for a while, they're very well known, people go there, they tag them on Instagram, they have advertisements, and you just know about them. They're going to have a queue out the door. They're going to have people calling or going online and making reservations. People will be coming to them. But if you're the new restaurant on the block, doesn't matter how good your food is. I mean, you might get known in time, but at the beginning, you probably have to do some outreach. In your case, that could be flyering. That could be letting people know, hey, come in. You could be messaging people. You have to do some legwork to get people in. Sure, you could do some marketing as well. Absolutely. But essentially, you have to get the buzz out there about what you're doing. Same with any other brands. And same with any other services, really. If you think about even like companies that go door to door, a lot of the bigger ones, they may not need to. Some still do. So it depends which strategy each business wants to employ. But generally, when you're newer, you may have to do some outreach. And the same thing goes in your business. If people are coming inbound, that's great, more power. I love it, right? That's primarily what my business runs on. But if people aren't coming inbound, you have two options. You can sit there, you can twiddle your thumbs and say, well, no one's coming inbound right now. I will wait. And you know what? Hopefully they come before my rent's due. And hopefully they come before I run out of food and can't afford to live anymore. And that wouldn't be very pleasant. Or you can do the logical thing and say, if people aren't coming to me, I will go to them. It's not about one versus the other. They're really both two sides of the same coin. And a lot of businesses will employ both strategies as well. Some people just want to do one or the other, and that's completely cool. So why do you get inbound leads versus have to do outreach? It's all about how your business is set up. Let's say you have a bunch of marketing assets. Let's say videos like this, for example. Let's say you had 300 videos out there, and each one got 10 views a day, and you had 3,000 views a day. It would be logical that some of those people would become inbound leads, take the next step. And that could be joining a lead magnet, joining a group, booking a call with you, watching a marketing asset or a sales asset. They're taking that next step. You can have the inbound leads. But if you don't have that set up yet, or maybe you do and they're just not performing well, then you have to go and do some outreach. So how exactly do you do this outreach? Now that you know, okay, they're both sides of the same coin, I would maybe want to go and do that. How would I go and do that outreach? What most people will tell you, and there's subtle nuances here, but most people will tell you, start with cold outreach. Cool, no problem, right? It's a form of outreach, I guess. You've basically got cold outreach and warm outreach. Cold outreach is people who have never met you, never heard of you. Pretty much, if you think about door-to-door sales, but doing that online. And then you have warm outreach, people who are familiar with you, maybe they follow you, and then you are connecting with them. This will actually work with either, but cold outreach is just really not as effective for coaching for reasons that I'll explain. But if you listen to most gurus, they'll tell you outreach is great, you just have to do the numbers. Now here's what they miss. It's the nuance between selling services and selling coaching. For example, I've done door-to-door before. I've done it for another company when I was selling painting services, and I did it for myself when I was selling lawn mowing. Oh, and I also went door-to-door selling aerating. I hate going door-to-door, but clearly I've done it, and I made a decent amount of money with it. So when I'm knocking up to someone's door and I'm offering them lawn mowing or aerating, I'm offering a done-for-you service. It's, hey, mate, you chill out, you sit back, you drink a beer, I will mow your lawn or I will aerate your lawn. And in both times, there was a benefit for the person. The lawn, going back quite a while now, was $20, so it was cheaper then. That person would get to just relax and it would be done for them, all right? Rather than having to drag out the lawnmower, do it, get everything done, probably get yelled at by the wife or whatever, bag up all the grass and everything, fill up the lawnmower, put it away. They got that peace of mind for $20 that was done for them. Or in the case of aerating, if you're not sure what that is, because I didn't know until I started doing it. I'd never heard of these things before. They pierce these like holes in the ground. I guess kind of like, if you can see that, like this big, I guess, divots into the ground, and it helps the water penetrate and air and circulation. I haven't done it in a long time, so I don't know all the benefits anymore. But you go along and you do that. And the added benefit for people of that was people didn't have an aerator. These things are bloody heavy, trust me. And they are bloody expensive as well. I think they were a few grand a piece. So most people, they can't go and aerate. So for them, that is definitely a great value proposition as long as you could educate them why their lawn would need it. And quite a lot of homeowners, to my surprise, did know about aeration. So in that case, it made sense. And I would charge anywhere from $60 to $100 depending on the house. That was even more profitable than lawn mowing because those things are motorized. You could just zip like back and forth, and it was pretty quick. The only tough thing was the machine was pretty heavy, but you could do a lawn in 10 to 15 minutes and make $60 to $100 cash. Like seriously, there were days where I was pulling in $1,000 doing that. Crazy. Anyway, I digress a little bit. That is worth it for them. Same with painting. I'm not going to give an analogy of that, but same kind of thing there because it's a service. And then when you look online, you have services like marketing agencies like, oh, we'll run your Facebook ads for you. We will edit your videos for you. We will edit short form for you. We will do outreach for you. They are doing something for you. For that, it makes complete sense. You could message even a stranger, even cold outreach and say, hey, I will edit your short form videos. And if they don't get at least 50,000 views, you don't pay. Or you could say, even if you didn't do a guarantee like that, you could say, I've done videos for these people. You can see the case studies here. Here's my work. And I've had some people reach out to me, and sometimes they're in developing countries and the offer is just so good that you can't really say no. So because it's a done for you service, the value of my time is worth way more than that. So I will pay somebody to do those things. So they're taking things off your plate. That's why outreach can work very well in those industries, especially outreach to become a client. They're not even telling you to become a lead. They're just saying, hey, this is what I do. Want me to do it for you? Or you get on a call with them. Now, we're talking here specifically about signing coaching clients. Very, very different. Because I could go to someone's house and say, hey, do you want me to mow your lawn? What do you think my success rate would have been if I went to their house and said, hey, Pete, want me to coach you on how to mow your lawn, mate? Want me to coach you? I'll come inside, sit down, charge you what I would have mowed your lawn for, and I'll coach you how to mow your lawn so that you'll never need me to do it again. You can do it on your own. That guy probably would have chased me down the street. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And this is the nuance people miss when it comes to coaching. They think they can just outreach. Now, some people are a little smarter and say, hey, well, cold outreach doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work. It's in the details. It's in the nuances. If someone says, hey, I will come and be your personal butler for $10 a week to a cold person, they'd probably take it. I mean, apart from letting some stranger in the house, but you get my point. Now, if it's coaching, it's very different because you are not doing the work for them. You're essentially charging them to learn how to do the thing. So it doesn't make sense. Then when you come warm outreach, again, the same kind of thing applies. So in coaching, we need to do something just a little bit different. We need to, instead of just trying to get the service, just trying to push our coaching, we need to give some kind of resource. So instead of going straight from stranger to client, we want to go from stranger to lead. But what can you give away? Like what do you think you have right now that you can give away in your business to generate leads through outreach? Now, I still recommend doing it to warm because cold, they generally don't know you and giving a training is not enough of a pull. But hey, if you try it, it could definitely work for you. But I recommend this with warm. Someone who's already following you, someone who's engaged on your stuff, or someone you've connected with. When you want to think about a resource, it's something that's going to give them incredible value. And when I say incredible, I don't mean some poncy little ebook that ChatGPT threw together, because now anybody can do that. But what if, let's just think, you may not have this, but let's say you're coaching people on, I always use weight loss as an example. Let me give a different one. Let's say you're coaching people on parenting young children like 2 to 5. I don't know if that's like a specific age range niche, but let's say you are, and you're connecting with people who have children in that age range, creating content around that, and people are following you who are in that niche. Now you offer them, instead of just saying, hey, you want to work together, you have a 3.5 hour long course on how to, whatever the outcome would be, make your children listen to you more, how to develop them into leaders, how to develop them into top 1% academics. And you gave that away. So that person was already slightly familiar with you. And now you said, hey, by the way, Barbara, I have this 3.5 hour long course that is going to help you build that relationship with your children to get them from current point to desired point. Would you like it? Would you like me to shoot that over? Now you can see the value there. Now it's a free thing. It gives so much value that carries some tangible value that people would be more likely to say yes to that. And trust me, try it yourself. What if you're in weight loss and you gave away a weight loss course? What if you're in coaching, helping people like me launch or scale coaching consulting businesses? What if you gave away, I don't know, a 2 hour masterclass on this? Like something that's really going to be able to work for them. And if they apply it, they're going to get results. They're going to absolutely love you. The chance of them becoming clients are more. But more importantly, for this stage of the process, what percentage of people do you think are going to say yes to that? Trust me, it's a decent percentage. So you're now getting people in through outreach. This is what people miss. It's like, hey, do you want to become a client? Well, no, they bloody well don't. Hey, do you want to hop on? No, they bloody well don't want to hop on a call with you. Hey, do you want to join? They don't want to do it. Even things like a Facebook group or a school community, they can be incredibly valuable. But most people position it wrong. Hey, do you want to join my Facebook? Yeah, that's really what I want, isn't it? Another bloody Facebook group to join. I'm already in 192. I need a notification from another one. Yeah, mate, that's exactly what I need. But no, what do they want? They don't want the group. They want the resources. So what if you said, I have this, and this, and it's their burning problems, their biggest desires, and it's housed inside your Facebook group, inside your school community, inside your email list, or even for free on a YouTube channel. I mean, you're getting watch time. This is a topic for another day about where to house these things, but you are giving something so valuable away that they would feel stupid saying no. We're not talking here about an offer so good they can't say no. We're talking about, well, I guess it is an offer, but it's a free offer. It's not paid. It's a free offer. They feel so stupid saying no. And this is how you get them into your ecosystem. And guess what? By going through that, sure, you're giving them knowledge, you're giving them value, but you're also like getting them exposed to you. I guess the technical term is indoctrination, right? You're indoctrinating them. Let's say you gave away that 3.5 hour example. Now they've watched you for 3.5 hours. Do you think they are more or less likely to work with you and buy from you in the future? They are more likely to. Answer's obvious, right? Now, when you've done that, I hope we're on the same page. That is going to be better for coaching to lead with than, hey, come and work with me, because like I said, it's not a service. But now when you've done that, the work is not over. Now you need a clear sales process to be able to move those people forward. Just getting them in there is not enough. Now imagine you're doing this. Obviously you can give these things away through inbound marketing as well, so you can do a double-pronged attack. But imagine just from the outreach, let's say you're messaging 50 people about this free course you have a day, and let's say even 5 take you up on it. It's 150 extra leads a month. Nice. Now what you're doing with these leads. Let's say they go and you have it behind an email wall, for example. And then behind that email, they can either join your school or get access to the videos, whatever it is. Now you have their email, you have them in that messenger line of communication, and you may have them in that community as well. So now what you want to do is create a clear sales path. So maybe from the emails, you have a sequence which directs them to check out each portion of the training and then maybe to book a call after that. From the DMs, you can check in with them every few days. Hey, how did you get on with that? Do you manage to access that okay? Or weekly, and have a cadence for that. Track it in a CRM. And then in something like, let's say it's a school community or Facebook group, You could have weekly posts. You could have live videos that you're doing weekly, and you could communicate with them in there. So now you're creating so many more touch points, and the importance is that you are creating a clear sales process. It's not just, well, here you go, on your way, bye, because then they won't do anything. You give them that resource, but then you have reasons to check back in. How did they get on with it? What did they implement? What are they stuck on? Are they looking for some help? And that way, you can either propose the call, or in your email, you can send a link to wherever you have, low ticket, mid ticket, it really doesn't matter. This is the thing, this outreach is going to be usable no matter what you're selling. But it's about doing it the right way based on your business model, which is why I'm saying for coaching, it is very different. So then you want that clear path, that clear sales process, DM, email, moving to call. And maybe they don't really reply, but then you have reminders every 4 weeks or every 6 to 8 weeks, depending. Maybe they get on the call and they didn't buy. Now you're just building up that pipeline. So I want you to imagine for a minute. I said 150 leads a month. And these are qualified leads, right? Semi-qualified. They clearly want what you have to offer, and that would solve their problem. So if you're getting 150 of those a month, that's over a year. Was that 1,800? If even 1% became clients, that's 18 clients. At $5,000, that's $90,000. At 2%, that would be what? $180,000, $270,000. Like, these can be big numbers. But guess what? Most people will not go and do this. And I'm not saying you have to do outreach in your business by any means. I'm saying if you're not hitting these numbers, it might be wise to also do outreach, to have two sides of the coin being used. If you're an absolute baller where you don't need to, and people are just coming in, joining your group, joining your email, and your calendar's full every day, and people just booking calls, and you're just doing some crazy numbers, that's really what we work towards. That's what I work towards with my clients as well. But until you're there, it doesn't hurt to do this. And there's some people who just absolutely want to smash everything, and they will do this as well. And it doesn't take that long, right? So I would definitely say this is one of the best outsized activities you can do in your business, but most people do it absolutely bloody wrong. And I'm going to give you a little bonus tip as well, because you know so many people do this outreach and just piss people off. Interject a bit of humor. Sometimes I will say, I know you're used to people just jumping in your inbox, pitching you like they're sending you a expletive pic, right? LOL. And you could let them know, like, hey, I have nothing to pitch you, but I have this incredibly valuable thing if it's up your alley. And also, don't make it just out of the blue. Maybe have a little interaction back and forth first and have a reason for doing that. Everything we talk about here on this channel is marketing related, but it's based around social intelligence and social calibration. So go ahead and use this outreach process. Let me know how you get on with it. I would love to hear how you get on with it. Let me know in the comments, or hit me up on Instagram. Links are all in the description. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Hope that was helpful. Cheers.